This is what most people build: cool workflows, fun demos, sexy tech, and still zero clients. Everyone looks busy. Nobody is getting paid. And if that's you right now, I'm not judging you. I'm describing you because I was there too. Before I show you any numbers, here's what actually mattered. I didn't have leverage. I didn't have an audience. I didn't have momentum. I wasn't known. I wasn't special. I just stopped hiding and forced reality. Then I ran one loop for 72 days. Here are the numbers: $30,000 collected, about 4,000 YouTube subscribers, and roughly 30,000 cold emails sent. Not to impress you, just to prove what changes when we stop learning for comfort and start executing for signal. And just so you know where this is going, at the end, I'm going to break this down live in a session with no replay. You don't need to decide now. Just keep listening, and if this hits, the link will be waiting below. Let me be honest, most of you are capable. You're not dumb. You're stuck, and I think I know why. I call it someone choose for me syndrome. People message me things like, is this niche right? Is an AI receptionist too late in 2026? If I join your program, can I make 10K in 30 days? Which tool should I sell, N8N or high level? I get it. You think a better answer will reduce risk. But in business, clarity only comes after contact. These aren't strategy questions, they're permission questions. It's outsourcing responsibility so you can avoid the pain of being wrong. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Even I can't choose your business. If you fail, you can't blame an anonymous expert on YouTube. Only the market decides, always. That fear makes people freeze. So instead of executing, they research. Instead of selling, they compare tools. It feels productive, but nothing moves. Another pattern I see all the time is trend chasing. 1 week, agency is dead. Next week, SaaS is dead. Then done for you is dead. Then someone promises 10K in 30 days. And every few weeks, the right answer changes. If someone says, this is the gold business idea, and it sounds easy, it's probably fake. If making 10K was that simple, they wouldn't sell a course. They'd do it quietly. Clients don't care about your business model. They care about results. Most people fail because they fall in love with solution, not problems. They keep switching direction, but they never stay long enough to get real market signal. Then there's the tool identity trap. Cursor, Claude, agents, all amazing. That's the problem. Everyone can build now. So if your value is, I can build AI stuff, your value is going down every month. Tools are turning skills into buttons. And when everyone has the same buttons, skills stop being rare. The edge is not tools. The edge is execution, the ability to move, test, sell, and decide while the tools keep changing. I'm not saying this from a pedestal. I learned it the hard way, and I'll keep it tight. My first business was software as a service. I was a designer. I tried to build the Notion for designers. I believed in it deeply. It felt right. The result was simple. No customers, no revenue. It failed. And here's why that matters for you. Early on, belief lies, effort lies, taste lies. Only the market doesn't. After that, I stopped chasing passion and chased survival. I started a web agency because I needed money and I had people to take care of. This time it worked. We grew to 9 people, delivered over 30 enterprise projects, and some single projects hit $52,000. And here's the lesson that matters. At a certain level, every founder does the same 4 things. You make an offer, you sell, you hire, and you manage money. Tools don't save you if those are broken. Then I built FutureFlow AI. The YouTube grew to 40,000 subscribers. The automation community peaked at 58K MRR. From the outside, it looked like success, but something felt off. People were learning, consuming, staying busy, feeling smart, and still not getting paid. The system rewarded learning, not movement. So I walked away and started Execution Squad. This time I watched a different pattern. People moved. A dishwasher built a 30K side project in about 70 days because he executed locally and fast. Rook landed his first customer in 7 days after he stopped guessing and talked to real people. Sean booked 5 sales meetings in 3 days once his messaging got corrected. Steven closed his first $1,500 client after 9 months of nothing, simply by executing instead of networking. Different people, different countries, same pattern. And if you feel like you've been busy but not paid, this is exactly what I'm fixing. Everything you've heard so far lives here. I didn't become smarter. I didn't find a secret tool. I stopped guessing and built one simple loop, then forced myself to stay inside it. Hypothesis, experiment, decision. That's it. What matters is how it looks in real life. A hypothesis is not a vision or an identity statement. It's a testable bet you're willing to run in public. For example, people stuck learning AI will pay $4,000 if I install an execution system that forces them to act, or electronics companies companies will pay $3,000 per month if I create Apple-style ad creatives consistently, or dental clinics will pay $500 for an AI receptionist if it reduces missed calls. None of these were magically correct. They were just clear enough to test. Then you run experiments that force reality. This is where most people break. They refine the idea forever instead of touching the market. For each hypothesis, I defined experiments that created real contact. For example, I sent 30 cold emails and DMs per day manually for 30 days. With a clear goal, no automation, I published 3 YouTube videos per week about execution, not tools, with a clear target for inbound conversations. I partnered with people who already had audiences and ran live sessions together with a clear goal for registrations. One rule matters here: no interpretation during the run, no rewriting the offer every night, no jumping to a new idea after 5 rejections. You run long enough to get the signal. And every experiment ends with a decision, not motivation, not feelings, a decision. If you get strong replies and real conversations, you scale. If attention is there but conversions are messy, you pivot the format, not the message. If the signal is weak and outcomes are dead, you kill it. Killing an experiment isn't failure. Dragging a dead experiment is. This is where real confidence comes from. You stop believing harder and start knowing what works. After repeating that loop, something became obvious. People didn't need more AI knowledge. They needed a structure that removes hiding, a forced starting point, clear weekly constraints, real market contact, and a decision every week. That's how the product was born, not from brainstorming, from observing what actually moves people forward. It's not AI education. It's an execution environment where learning without action is impossible. When you run business this way, fear drops because you're not guessing. Speed increases because you're not rebuilding identity every week. Confidence becomes real because it's based on feedback, not hope. That's why different backgrounds, countries, and skill levels can all get results. The system doesn't rely on talent. It relies on execution. So here's what you do for the next 6 weeks. This might sound heavy. It's not. It's focused. Most people waste 6 months thinking and calling it progress. This compresses it into 6 weeks with clear steps. You don't need more ideas or another tool. You need a sequence. In the first week, you build a revenue MVP. You touch the market. Most people waste time building brand, website, content, and portfolio in order. Too slow. Instead, you create a sellable offer. Pick one clear group. Pick one problem they already feel. Write a simple one-page offer with clear words and a clear price. Set a booking link and a payment link. Then, no tools, no clay, no instantly. Manual reach out to real people until you hear the market speak. The goal is not to win. The goal is to get signal. In week 2, you build a proof layer to reduce buyer risk. People stop asking, what is this? And start asking, why you? Create one piece of proof, a Loom walkthrough, a demo, a before and after, a small case study. Your message shifts from I do AI to here's what I built. Proof doesn't need to be big. It needs to be real. In week 3, you install the closing layer and remove improvisation. This is where people get calls, then talk too much, explain tools, oversell, and lose control. You install a simple diagnosis flow and a clear call structure, so closing becomes mechanical, not emotional. You know what to ask, what to ignore, and when to ask for payment. In week 4, tools enter, but only now. Before this point, tools are banned because they become a hiding place. In week 4, you increase volume with clay or instantly, but nothing else changes. Same offer, same message, same tracking. Tools don't fix broken systems. They amplify what already works. In week 5, you clean up delivery so it feels calm. This is where people sell, then panic, then delivery gets messy. You install structure, clear scope, clean kickoff, one fast win for the client. Calm delivery becomes proof, and proof makes selling easier. In week 6, you turn it all into an engine. You track a few numbers. You set a weekly rhythm. You document what works. You decide what stays with you and what gets handed off. By the end, you're not guessing. You have an engine, not a perfect business, a working one. If this made sense, don't overthink it. If you close this video and do nothing, nothing will change. That's not pressure, that's mess. I'm running a live session where I break the whole thing down in real time. Live only, no replay. If you show up live, I have a special New Year gift for the people who stay until the end. Our tracking system and cockpit, a 100+ niche pain point map, and our winning outreach and sales scripts. The registration link is in the comments and description. Stop learning AI. Start executing. I'll see you live.